Switch it on. Anyone is having any doubts? No doubts? Okay. Let me do the small recap of what I taught yesterday in the second half, the loop. Okay. So, see, we use loop to do the repetitive task. One is repetitive task. Another one is to list the items. Okay. Anything which has a repeated cycle, there we use loop. We have two types of loops in Python. In that, first let's understand what is for loop. So, for any loop, for loop or while loop, any loop, we need three things. One is where to start, where to end, and what is the jump we should take, the step. Okay. So, these three things depends on your problem statement. Let me take one simple problem statement. For example, if I want to take the sum of the numbers, sum of numbers between 10 and 50. Okay. I want the sum of the numbers between 10 to 50. Basically, I want 11 plus 12 plus 13 plus 14 plus up to till 50. If I sum this, what do I get? I need this output. This is my problem statement. Okay. So, in this situation, this is one of the problem. In this situation, the starting number will be, what is the starting number? No, not 10. If I have 10, 10 will be included. I am asking the sum between 10 to 50 means 10 should be included, 10 should be excluded and 50 should be excluded. Okay, I am asking between sum. So the starting will be 11. What is the ending? 49 or 50? 50. If you take, if you want sum till 49, right? So you have to take 49 plus 1, 50. The end should be 1 extra. This 50 will be excluded. You should always take 1 extra. If you want 50, then it should be 51. Okay, 1 extra is 50. Then the step will be 1. After 11, you want to get into 12 means you have to increment 1. So now we have 3 data. Now to build this logic, we'll have a for loop. For I in range, alright, start, end, step. Okay. Now, my final goal will be sum, right? Initially, what will be my sum? Before adding any number, what will be my default value of sum? 0. So let me declare the variable sum is equal to 0. Okay. Now, in the first iteration, what will be the value of I? Yeah? Someone saying 10. Can I explain why 10? The starting value of I always will be equal to the initial value of I will be always starting. So what is I? 11. Right. So on the first iteration, I value will be 11. Now I want to add this 11 into our sum. We have to write sum equals to sum plus I. So in the same statement, we have two sums, but both the sum will be having different value, because always the operation will be happening on the right side of the equation. First, what is the default value of sum? 0. The current value of sum is 0. Current value of I is 11. So 0 plus 11 is 11. So the new value of sum will be 11. Okay. After this, one more iteration. The condition checking will be after every iteration. Even in the first iteration also condition checking happens. Condition checking is very simple. I should be less than end. What is I? 11. What is end? 15. Okay, I have written here. Current value of I is 11. Is it true or false? True. Then one more iteration happens. Currently, what is the value of sum? The next iteration, the current value of sum is 11. So 11 will come here. What is the current value of I? Sorry? 12. The current value of I depends on I. The new value of I will be I equals to I plus. After this condition checking, new value for I will be decided. Then it will come into the loop. Now current I value is 12. What is 11 plus 12? 11 plus 12? 23. Now the new value of sum is 23. Okay. Now again it will come to this statement. What is the current value of I? No. I is 13. Sum is 23. I is 13. What is end? 50. Is it true or false? True means it will come here. What is the current value of I? 13. What is the current value of step? Step will be constant only. 11. So the new value of I will be 14. Okay. Here 14 will come. Here what is the sum? 23. What is the sum? 37. Okay. Like this iteration happens till I equals to 49. Sum will be happening. After this, it will come here. Okay. It will come here and it will check. Current, let's say after 49, 50 it becomes 50. 50 is less than 50. Is it true or false? False. So in this step, loop breaks. Now whatever the value of sum is there, let's print it. Print sum. That's it. Try this code. So yeah, this is how we can use the for loop. Okay. Now, see, 90% of the time we will be using for loop only. But still, sometimes we may use while loop. So you need to know what is the syntax for that. In while loop, there won't be a start, there won't be a end, there won't be a step by default. Like for loop is very structured. We need to give 3 parameters. In the range, it's clearly we can see that we need to give 3 parameters. But in while loop, there is nothing like that. But we know that to implement a loop, we need 3 things: start, end, and step. So this is how a while loop will look like. Just like this, while some condition here, and whatever code you want to write here, you can write in this with this indentation. Okay. Something like this will look, your while loop will look something like this. It will get inside this particular block when this condition becomes true. Inside this, whatever you write, end result of that, if that is true, then whatever you write inside the while loop will be executed. If that becomes false, these lines won't execute at all. Okay. So now we need to implement start, end, and step for this. For while loop, start will be declared outside. Whatever we want to give the start, we will give here. Maybe 1, maybe 10. Okay. Start will be declared outside. We have to explicitly do this. In for loop, it's not like that. This whatever you write here, this is itself a start. There is a dedicated place for that. In while loop, there is nothing like that. So start, we should give it outside. The end, we should give in this condition. We have to write the condition where we want to end. In the other case, here, where was this ending? The end was this was the start. This was whatever we write here, in that place it was ending. Basically, when the start is equals to end, when the start is greater than equals to end, the for loop was ending. If you think it, think for a moment. When the for loop was ending, when the start is more than end, the loop was ending. That condition we have to write here. Start is greater than equal to end. End also we should write here where we want to end. Okay. We have start, we have an end. In this, yeah.
Less than equal. Start is greater than or equal to less than or equal.
Correct. It should be less than equal. Start should be always less than equal to the end. If the start is greater than end, this will become false. It will come out of the loop. Okay. So this is the condition. Whatever condition we want to implement here, that we have to write. You can write any condition, but ideally this is the condition. Start should be less than or equal to end. By default 10 is less than 100. Obviously this is true. It will come inside the block. When that start goes beyond that, like for example 101, this will become false and the loop will come out. Okay. So now we have start, now we have end. We need to implement the step. What is the step? Step we will be writing inside the loop. Whether the start of the loop, end of the loop, depends on your problem statement. start should be start plus step. Like this we can increment the value of start. Okay. Or we can do one more thing. No, this is enough or else you will get confused. See properly. This is the start, this is the end. If you want to get into the loop, this statement should be true. In this situation, in the first iteration, this is true. Suppose this line is not there, means inside the while loop, all I have is print statement. Print. Sorry. Okay. Only two lines of code. Only one line inside the while loop. Now let's say I don't have a step condition. What do you guys think will happen? Sorry? No, loop means it will keep on repeating. Once you get into the while loop, yeah, correct. So it will come inside, again it will check this condition, it will execute, again it will check the condition, again execute, again it will. What happens is, this will be always true because I am not changing the value of start or end. It's constant. It always its strength is less than or equal to 100. It will be keep on printing because this statement is always true. Unless this value increases or this value decreases, it will be always true. If this is always true, the loop will be always keep on running. Let's try this. So I have a start equals to 10, end equals to 100, while start less than equals to end, print, sorry, just keep on printing. See, there is no end. I'm scrolling actually. As you can see the cursor on the right side, what is that called? Okay, let's keep on printing basically. So if you want to stop this, just press Ctrl C. Okay. So if you want to really check how much time it got printed, let's add start plus let's have one iterator I equals to 0. So it keep on printing because I'm not giving any stop condition there. Okay. So if you want to stop, then you have to somehow increase this value or somehow decrease this value. Okay. So to do that, inside the while loop, you have to do it. Start should be start plus step, whatever you want to do. So what happens is, if I declare step here outside, step is basically I am giving 10. In the first iteration, start will be 10, second 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Then it will become 110. Once it comes to 110, this will be terminated. Come out of the loop. Let me try with the stop. The step. Okay. All I did is I increased on every iteration. I am increasing this value of the start. So every time it got increases. At some point, this condition I have to make it false. That is the only thing you have to think. Somehow I want to make this false. Okay. The usage of it completely depends on what is your use case, what is your problem statement. This is a general scenario. Things to keep in mind is somehow you have to make it false. That's it. Start and step you have to declare it outside. Condition you have to somehow make it false. Inside somehow you have to make the variable which you use inside this statement. It may be any variable, not only start and end. Somehow you have to make that value stop. Okay. we have a new concept that comes, we use it very often. We use it very often, the continue and break statement. Condition, continue and break. So this is very simple. Let's say you are inside the loop. Let's say you are inside the loop for I in range 1 to 10 and step is 2. Okay. Now inside this I write some condition. If I is equals to 6, then I am writing break. And here I have print I. Okay. So this is what happens is, let's go step by step. I have only 3 line of code. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 line of code. First it will check in the for loop. First it will come and say the start is 1, end is 10, and step is 2. In the first iteration only condition checking happens. I didn't tell you guys. What is the condition checking? I should be less than end. What is the I here? What is the starting value of I? I is always start. The initial value of I is always start. First, the condition checking is I should be less than end. I is 1, end is 10. Is it true or false? It's true. So it will come inside the line number 2. In line number 2, what are we checking? What is the value of I? I is 1, right? 1 is equals to 6. Is it true or false? False. This is false. Then it will go to line number 4. So what will be printed? 1 will be printed. After this it will again go to line number 1. But there, this condition checking happens. I equals to I plus step. What's the new value of I? 3, correct. The new value of I is 3. 3 is less than end, obviously. So it will come inside this. This will become true or false? False. Again, after this, 3 will be printed. Correct? Yeah. After that, I value will be incremented. New value will be 5. I plus step. New value will be 5. It will come inside. I is less than end. Obviously, it will come inside. Here, what happens? 5 equals to 5 means true. It will come inside the if statement. Here we wrote break. Break means in the entire loop statement, if you hit the break statement, then loop will be ended at that moment. Loop will be stopped. So this will be the output. 5 will not print because it won't come to this line. Wherever it says break, there loop is break. Whenever I say break, loop is terminated. Okay. Anywhere you might hit the break. If you hit the break, that means loop is terminated. We have one more thing, continue. We have one more keyword, continue. If we hit the continue, what happens is, whatever code after that is there won't execute. Let's say I have till line number 10, 5, 6 up to 10 line of code I have hit the continue condition, continue keyword on the 3rd line only. After this, nothing else will be executed. It will go to the next iteration. Okay. When you hit the continue, everything after that won't execute. It will go to the, again it will go to line number 1 and new iteration comes. Then normally execution happens. So break means loop is terminated, continue means loop, or I can say loop iteration is skipped. It will skip that particular iteration, nothing else after the continue statement will execute, will go to the new iteration. So that is the meaning of continue and break. If I take this example, I have a number between that is 3, 30 and 3, okay? 3, 30 and 3. What will be the output of this? Execute and check. 1 second. Yeah, someone answered. 3, 6, 9, 12, 18. That's good. Any other answer? 21, 24, 27, 30. So we have two answers. One is up to 3 to 18. One is 3 to 27. Let's see what is the correct answer. You execute and check. What if it was I equals to 21 on line number 4? I in range 333. You can sit here. Sit here. You notice something here. We don't have a else statement. Still it works okay. Else is not mandatory. Else is not mandatory, okay? Let's try run this. Let's take. Okay, tell me what is the starting value of I? 3. Whatever the starting value of start is will be assigned to I, okay? So I is 3 right now. Condition checking. I should be less than 30. Is it true or false? I is less than 30, true or false? True. This is true, so it will come inside. Here current I value is 3. This is true or false? This is true or false? It will be printed. I value will be, sorry, print value will be 3. After this, increment happens. Yeah, 3 plus 3, 6. 6 is less than 30. True. False. False. 6 will be printed. Next, 6 plus 3. False. False. Then 12. 12 is less than 30. False. False. 12. Next comes 15. True. Continue. That means everything else will be skipped. We'll go again back to the iteration. New value of I is 18. True. False. False. 18. It will be continued again. New value will be 21, 21, 27. Then it will become 30. I value will become 30. 30 is less than 30. False. False means loop will be ended. So 27 is the last answer. Suppose if we had 21 here. Here. So let me go back till here. Right now I value is 12. This is true. False. False. Sorry. 12 is written. After 12, we'll write 15. For continue, so 15 won't print. New value will be 18. False, false. 18 will be printed. Then comes to 21. This is false. This is true. Break means that's the end. Nothing else will execute. No loop continues. Nothing. This is the final output. I'll move to the next concept. If you have any doubt, please tell me right now.
No, no. Yeah, come on.
Okay. So the next concept is let's learn few data structures of Python. Okay. So compared to other programming language, implementing in Python is very simple. It's very straightforward. Okay. Let's start with the data structure list. In this, if you want to put so many items in one particular box, then we'll use the concept of list. Okay. Implementing list is very simple. Just write whatever the list name you want. For example, L, and just a square bracket. If you want to list the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, close. That's it. In the list, if you want to add the string, you can add your name, your USN, your college. You can add. Doesn't matter. Nobody stops. If you want to add a boolean value also, true, you can add. Anything you can put. Okay. In other programming language, this is not possible. So many syntax, so many headaches are there. But in Python, whatever you want, put it in the list. Just that you have to maintain a comma. That's it. Okay. Now, if you want to access something from the list, for example, if you want the fifth item of this list, then we will use the concept called index. This will be stored in the continuous memory location in your memory. Okay. So the indexing will start from 0, not from the 1. First place is 0, second place is 1, third place is 2, fourth place is 3, fifth place is 4, something like this. So keep in mind that first place is 0. So if you want the first item, then you have to do L of 0. If you print this, if you print L of 0, 1 will be printed. If you do L of 8, what do you get? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. True will be printed. That's it. So this is list. No restriction, nothing. Okay. You can add float also. Anything you want to add, you can add. Now we know index. Now if you want to print everything, we will be using the loop. I said to list something, we will be using loop, right? So I can do for I in, yeah, that's it. No range, no starting, no ending. If you do this, and if you do print I, whenever you pass the list in the for loop, I will take, initially I will take this value, then it will take this value, this value, this value, this value. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, name, years and college, true will be printed. Very simple. So list item, just pass your name of the list here. Don't write range, no need of index, nothing. Let's do it. print type of L. Print type of L. See what you get. Okay, now we have list. We know how to declare, how to access. Now if we want to do some operation with list, we want to play around with it. Let's say I have a list 1 and 2. Okay, list with 2 items. Now if I want to add one more item into the list, let's say this is already declared, I want to add one more item, then I will use a method. These are all called method. Okay, append. And I do list name dot append, and whatever value I want to add, I have to put it inside. Only one item you can add using append method. So now if you print A, you will get equals to 1, 2 and 10. So whatever value you add, that will come at the end when you do append. This is append method. Like this we have so many methods to remove, to add, to sort, to reverse sort. So many methods we have. We'll see one by one. we have a dot extend. For adding one item, use append. To add two more than one item, use this one, extend. You want to add 20, 30, use like this. So the new output will be 1, 2, 10, 20, 30. So that's what extend does. Then we have insert method, a dot insert. Insert means to specific index if you want to add a item. Here if you do append, it will come sit at the end, right? If you want to put in the first place, then you have to give the index name and the value. Maybe 1, the first index. So right now if I have 1, 2, 10, 20 and 30. If I do insert at the first place, after 1, 50 will come. So 50 will come with the first index. This is the first index. And we have remove, a dot remove. Just directly give the name, not the index name. Let's say you want to remove 10. So 10 will be gone from the list. Let's say you have 3 10. Only 1 10 will go. Whichever the first 10 it will get, only that 10 will go. So that's remove. And pop. A dot pop means at the end whatever you have, end will be deleted. End item gone. We can use pop for index deletion also. Pop if you want to remove the item of the second index, then give the pop the index name. Don't get confused between remove and pop and insert and append. Insert means with index, append means at the end, pop means at the end. Pop means at the index, remove means item you are giving. Once you execute, you will get to know. Don't worry. Then if you want to clear everything, do a dot clear. All complete list will be deleted. A list will be there, item will be deleted. After doing each operation, print it. Pop means at the end what you have, that will be gone. Pop with the index means whichever there in this index, that item will be gone. want to sort, just do A dot sort. It will be sorted in ascending order. If you want to sort in descending, A dot sort.
Sir, in list there is a sequence sorting.
One second. Reverse equals to. So this will sort in descending order. Yes, we are asking.
Sort will not only for integer decimal equal to not for
It is a full work.
it is on integer also. Even list content
Last type of integer. Or mixed you are getting. What about just string? Check. Put only string. That's all. Put A here, just A. The second place, just put string here. So these are different methods. It's not that you have to remember everything. Just that you should know, if I want to do something in the list, this thing exists. That's it. You can Google it whenever you want. The thing is, you should know these things exist. Not like remembering everything. Okay. Okay. So next concept is tuple. This is same like list, but in the tuple we cannot change the value once we declare. Like how we are changing here, we are adding one more value, we are removing it, extending, inserting it, popping. We can do all these things, right? But in tuple we cannot modify. We can't change, add, remove values. So it's also a list, but the syntax is like this. Open bracket. What is this bracket called? Parenthesis. So this is how the tuple will look like. You cannot do a dot append, you cannot do a dot extend, a dot insert, you can't do. Try doing it, you will get the error. So basically, if you want to change some value, then you will use the list. If you want very stricter list, then we will use tuple. Tuple is very much used in Django, so just know this thing existed. Why we use in Django? Because in runtime value should not change at all. List we can change, right? Anybody can hack and change the value, but tuple nobody can touch it by design. So once declared, it's fixed. But in tuple we can have the index. We can say what is the zeroth value of a, what is the first value of a. We can do this. Only rule is we cannot change or delete or add the value. That's it. Okay. So this is called mutable. Mutable means can be changed. This is called immutable. Very very important keyword. So tuple is immutable. Whichever is not able to change, that is immutable. Whichever we can change, it is mutable. Try doing append, extend, insert, remove all these things for tuple. Check what error you are getting. One second. No attributes. Try doing this. Get the value. For example, do a dot 0. A dot 0 equals to a dot 0 plus 10. Try to change the value of it. you want to leave, you can leave.